An account by Varaki Inislav, 123rd year of Burr. Regarding the historian's approach, a cutting from the Northern Shield Treaty. Our final leg of the journey came well after the blessed sun had set. The shield wagon buckled slightly as we approached, the razor winds reaching a tumultuous roar as if fending intruders from its lair. The rest of the caravan huddled close to the large wooden boarding of the wagon as it pitched and rocked. On its other side the wind screeched and scraped. All for me to regard were my scared companions, the cold stone roadway, and above through the storm's gap the calming sight of the broken moons. Those of the Pale, the folk of Palinor, scarcely note the foremoon's passage, and now I understand. The wind, the cold, the roiling cloud demons, that's where their watch lies. But in the moons I saw solace. I knew this razor wind that greeted me to the city would subside. Sahanu, the greatest and most permanent of the four, shone its baleful light onto our convoy, while the twins and the trickster glimmered like opal gems upon a wealthy woman's neck. Good fortune in a dark night it meant, or so I hoped, as I clutched to my charms of obsidian and cobalt and informed the driver to press onwards. I had travelled across seas, over barren hills, and through dangerous mountain passes, but truly the dozen miles toward the City of Songs were the most arduous. It sapped strength from the oxen, the men's wills broke and were remade anew, and the wind bellowed. A poet could imagine it was crying in some forgotten tongue. "Turn back, fools, away from this ancient trap of men, and hurry yourselves to warmer climes." But I am no poet, just a historian. As the wind calmed, and our band trod over the silvery stones, we looked towards a distant shape, and for the first time I saw Palinor. Not an etching, not a description, but the city itself in all its terrifying might. Palinor, City of Songs, the city's triumvirate, the breaker of dragons. At once I knew why the greatest monsters and men were forged in this place. It started subtly. Silhouettes of buildings at the outskirts rose to meet taller structures which then clung to ancient walls and parapets. From there, cathedral-like keeps and guild halls dominated a rising, surging mass of stone edifices, until the peak, a final ring of crenellated fortress walls, hugged monuments and palaces of once kings, and now thieves. Every wall and great building a lopsided affair of eastward razor-wind defence and western ornate buttressing and pillars. As the river Odios became lost under great black rock walls and the myriad highways converged to grey towers that lanced skyward, all I could think was that this gargantuan amalgam of black shadows and golden lights is where my discoveries lie. That this must be where the greatest of men's secrets hid themselves. A packman by my side said it best, though I doubt he knew the actual historical significance of it. He said that against the dark blue and deathly silvers of the land, the city was a massive, slumbering black dragon. But yes, academia. Palinor is what the city is called. However, this is a misnomer. The stretch of sprawling urban environs is actually 3 separate cities that several centuries ago grew over and around each other. Palinor, an Aelish settlement found before recorded history, Argisev, which was the furthest south of the 3 cities and built itself around the geyser springs of Lydes, and Aegis, originally a fort against the northern draconic menace in the First Age. Palinor, the wealthiest and mightiest of the 3 city-states, became the hub of commerce and wealth, and as things often are, its avarice awarded it with the rulership over the other 2. Now the triumvirate is known as Palinor, and their land as the Pale. The winds were right. It was a trap, a prison. No single person could make the journey I had made. Without shield wagon, long-coat oxen, and weather augury, a man fleeing Palinor's grasp would succumb to the winter's bite after several miles, and only halfway to the next settlement downriver. I could not help but lament the poor souls behind its many walls as the caravan made its way toward Argisev's tail, Palinor's southern gate.